Monday, and it's time for us to talk technology with Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group. Luis, welcome back.
Thank you, Mark. How are you today?
Doing pretty good. Hey, let's talk a little bit about net security. There are a number of things have been going on lately. There's something from ThreatPost about privateers, threat actors emerging from the cybercrime swamp. What's going on?
Cybercriminals have become so brazen that it's becoming an issue that the entire world needs to really take a look at. And in particular, what's concerning is that there's a lot of cybercriminals that comes out of countries where those criminals are either supported by that particular country or they refuse to take action. Some of those countries are China, Russia, Iran, for example. And the Western world, in particular the United States and Europe, are starting to talk about treating those cybercriminals like privateers. If you remember back in the 1800s, there was these pirates that were essentially licensed by nations to go after their adversaries. They weren't necessarily being paid by those countries, but they were allowed to operate as kind of independent pirates, somewhat protected by these countries. And, the British used them, the French, all sorts of countries used them. And then the United States finally decided they got tired of it and they went off and started going after these privateers and putting them out of business, including invading countries that were harboring or where these privateers had safe haven. Well, the same approach is being considered for these cybercriminals, where if you are allowing them to operate on your soil without any attempt to suppress them, that maybe other countries need to take action that may involve doing something on your soil to get rid of them.
What we've seen happen recently with the Continental Pipeline and now this large meat packing plant, JBS, they got hacked. Network security still has a long way to go in this country.
The White House released probably the most urgent memo that I've seen them release, where they basically are calling on private industry to take ownership of protecting their own systems, because so many companies, big and small, we talk to a lot of people all the time and we work with a lot of companies that don't think that they themselves will ever be victimized. But the reality is that cybercriminals are creatures of opportunity. They don't care how big you are, how small you are. They want to just make money. And if they can make $1 million from you or $100 million from JBS, they will. As businesses, we need to take responsibility for protecting our own systems and protecting the supply chain that we're all part of.
Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us today on Power Talk Radio, online, alvareztg.com, at AlvarezTG. That's the Twitter handle. And Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-Team. That's 866-784-8326.